Coming up on Torrance Today, get an update from the 3290 temporary housing village at Civic Center Drive and learn how those experiencing homelessness in our city are getting the help they need. Plus, the biggest fire of the year in California is burning near Yosemite National Park, and Torrance firefighters are on their way to help. And from adopting pets to beautifying a park, we have highlights from the weekend. All this and more coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Lauren LaBruna. It's 4 p.m. on Monday, July 25th. I hope you had a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. Here is our first story. Nearly 3 weeks have passed since the city opened 3290 Temporary Housing Village at Civic Center Drive. The 40-unit space is almost full now, and Harbor Interfaith Services has been on site catering to each resident with tailored services and has been helping a couple of people find permanent housing.
So we had 33 people that came out of city parks. We've had some that were at the Del Amo Mall. We had a couple that was living on the railroad tracks. Many times I hear, compliments of, I hadn't had a shower in months, and you're seeing them go in and come out, and it's just, you see their shoulders pulled back. You see a different demeanor with them. Having 3 meals a day, having the ability to wash their clothes, and even we provide them with their clothes and everything, their hygiene items. We want to make sure that they can come in here and just stabilize.
Homelessness have been here since the beginning of time, but at the same time, I believe we really need a statewide, county-wide solution. We're just doing our part with the knobs that we can turn right now. Doing nothing is really not an option.
The 12-month program began on July 5th and currently houses 39 residents. The final unit is expected to be filled soon, and a dashboard will be available to the public to track overall progress being made by residents. The waiting list for the Torrance Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Program opens tomorrow, giving those who have trouble paying their rent some help. The federally funded program assists low-income individuals, and preference will be granted to households that meet one or more of the following: families, disabled or elderly applicants, those who live or work in Torrance, those who are involuntarily displaced by government action or by a natural disaster, a current member of the U.S. Armed Forces, a veteran, a spouse of a veteran, victims of domestic violence or sexual assault, and households living in substandard housing. To apply, scan the QR code on your screen or visit waitlistcheck.com/CA2481. Applications are due by Thursday, August 9th. Torrance Housing Authority will select the voucher program recipients through a lottery system, and notices will be given by September 8th. While most kids are busy enjoying summer break, some may be worrying about how to prepare for the upcoming school year. To help foster students and those experiencing homelessness succeed, the city is teaming up with the Torrance Unified School District to collect much-needed school supplies. The back-to-school drive launched this morning, and community members are encouraged to drop off the following new school supplies through Friday, August 19th. They include backpacks, calculators, folders, lunch bags, and notebooks. Drop off the donations at City Hall, the Permit Center, or the Katie Geisert Civic Center Library. The Social Services Commission is leading the city's effort. For any questions, you can call 310-618-5880 or visit torranceca.gov/helpothers. The California House of Representatives recently passed the bipartisan National Defense Authorization Act, adding funding to important community efforts in our region. Congressman Ted Lieu helped pass a number of amendments as part of the act. They include authorizing the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs to use collected funds to develop housing and services for homeless veterans at the West LA VA Hospital, and creating an Office of City and State Diplomacy at the State Department to support local engagement with foreign nations, and funding related to the Army's ongoing research effort related to working dogs detecting infectious diseases, including COVID-19. Lieu's amendments also address the country's role in the conflict in Yemen. Congressman Lieu says he's pleased to see the House passing this year's Defense Authorization Act, adding, quote, investments and programs in this bill will help our country meet 21st century challenges head on by investing in innovation and technology while ensuring our service members have the resources they need. A 1950s themed celebration in Old Town called Rock Around the Block brought the community together in person again for the first time in 2 years. City Cable's Christine Lee was there last Thursday and gives us a look.
Hey Lauren, this is actually my very first time at Rock Around the Block, and I gotta say it is a lot of fun looking at all these vintage cars and just checking out all the activities going on.
Rock Around the Block is back. What is this event? It's a 1950s family fun, free event for the entire community, and it's really a trick to get people into the museum to see what we have. But in the meantime, we've got them strolling the streets looking at cool classic cars, doing a cakewalk by Torrance Bakery, bubblegum blowing, hula hoop contest, you name it, we got it.
Thank you for your continued perseverance and hard work in making this the greatest place in the LA County.
This 16th annual event celebrated the city receiving the All-America City Award back in 1956. It is considered to be one of the country's original and most prestigious community recognition awards. Looks like it was a lot of fun. Many animals got a chance to find loving homes over the weekend at Wilson Park. Assemblymember Al Maratsucci teamed up with a couple of nonprofits to get as many pets adopted as they can.
There's so many pets that have provided comfort for our families during the pandemic, but so many of them that have been dropped off at our shelters. We're doing the best we can here to try to find new homes, new families to adopt all of these pets.
These types of events are beneficial for the community because it helps people access animals which provide a myriad of benefits, including health, emotional well-being, helping our shelters who are doing so much work with low staff levels, helps to increase the amount of space in our shelters, helps the animals who are in need.
Maratsucci's office hosted this special event with the ASPCA and the Carson Animal Shelter at the city's animal control site. Animal shelters need more people to adopt, as many shelters are overflowing and short-staffed. They thanked everyone who showed up and took home a new best friend. While the pet adoption fair was going on, a group of city leaders kept busy cleaning up Gunzer Park, just a few miles up in North Torrance.
Our projects today include an improvement of the baseball field that's behind us. We're cutting in the infield-outfield transition, improving the batter's boxes for leveling. We have our playground where we raked the sand to remove any debris we found, as well as collecting about 30 pounds of trash, picking up by hand throughout the entire park. We're also painting the entryway sign to the park to welcome people to Gunzer Park, give it a little more visibility, and this is kind of, hopefully when people visit Gunzer Park, they see it in a pristine condition, no trash, well maintained, and they join suit and keep helping us keep the parks clean.
The volunteers came out as part of Park Service Day. We're just about wrapping up Parks and Recreation Month, and it is so wonderful to see those in our community putting in an effort to make a difference and conserve the beauty of our shared spaces. Drivers may have noticed that filling up their gas tanks aren't as painful in recent weeks, and that's because here in LA County, prices dropped for 40 straight days. The average price of a gallon of self-serve regular gasoline dropped 1.8 cents to $5.78 on Sunday, the lowest price we've seen since the end of April. It is 18 cents less than a week ago and 58 cents less than a month ago, but $1.40 more than a year ago. Today's average price across California sits at $5.73, while last month's record hit $6.46. Other areas in our state, such as Orange and Riverside counties, are seeing similar dips in prices. The best prices here in Torrance continue to be at Costco on Lomita Boulevard and Arco on Sepulveda Boulevard. You can find the best deals in our area by using the Gas Buddy app. California's biggest wildfire of the year is growing quickly near Yosemite's National Park, and a group of Torrance firefighters are on their way now to help out. They were deployed as part of a strike team with 5 engines and a leader to the Oak Fire in Mariposa County, about 300 miles from Torrance. Governor Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency for Mariposa County due to its effects. The rapidly growing fire burned more than 17,700 acres, is 10% contained, and led to dozens of evacuations in the region. More than 400 firefighters are on the ground, working around the clock as both aircraft and bulldozers assist in the firefighting efforts. The fire began Friday near the town of Mid-Pines. Fire officials say conditions through the weekend created explosive behavior as the fire spread across dry vegetation, caused by one of the worst droughts in decades. At least 7 structures were destroyed, and evacuation warnings are in place for more than 24 locations in the area. Well, President Joe Biden appears to be recovering well from COVID-19, with symptoms almost completely resolved. He tested positive last Thursday and was reportedly experiencing very mild symptoms. Now, White House physician Kevin O'Connor says President Biden completed his 4th day of taking Paxlovid on Sunday as his symptoms tapered off. He also adds that Biden has responded to the treatment well, and remaining symptoms include nasal congestion. President Biden appeared at 2 virtual events today and will return to routine activities once he tests negative. Meanwhile, both the First Lady, Jill Biden, and Vice President Kamala Harris continue to test negative for the virus. Still ahead, it's Motivational Monday, and we want to introduce you to a resident of 3290 Temporary Housing Village who experienced homelessness for 8 years and shares how thankful he is to have this second chance to get back on his feet. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Is she gonna get it, Daddy?
She'll get it.
Get it. Get it.
When you bring home a Goodwill find, you give your whole town a reason to celebrate because you're also funding local job training and placement programs in tech, healthcare, and more. Goodwill. Bring good home.
At the end of every episode of Torrance Today, we want to share a positive story that fits the theme for the day. On this Motivational Monday, we want to highlight how the city's new temporary housing village is already transforming lives of those who are touched by homelessness. Data shows more than 66,000 people are homeless in LA County. City Cable's Leslie Robbins introduces us to one resident who bravely shares his personal journey with us.
So how has your life changed in a mere 2.5 weeks?
Oh, it's changed immensely. I was living in my car. I didn't have any sense of security. Going from no sense of security to my own unit, being able to lock my door, not having to worry about anybody approaching me, the free food, the laundry facilities, the being able to take a shower. It's the little things that people take for granted that I like. This is amazing. I know it's not forever, so I want to be able to get out, get my own apartment, be able to take care of my son. And I couldn't have asked for a better situation. I couldn't have asked for a better community to move into, you know?
The 31-year-old father was one of the first residents to move into the temporary housing village on opening day. The facility has served him with his own 64-square-foot living unit with air conditioning, a bathroom, and shower, power, toiletries, a lock, and basic amenities many of us take for granted. McCutcheon also gets 3 meals a day, security, and access to a variety of services that is provided for every resident there, such as life and job skills training, emotional and physical health care, substance abuse treatment, and financial assistance. You can watch more from this visit on future episodes of Weekends in Torrance. His hope is that this program will give him the support needed to permanently get off his feet, find his own place, and take care of his family. Well, that's our show for today. Let us know if you have a positive story to tell by emailing us at torrancetoday@torranceca.gov. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a great day.